Yeah, luck over luck, get with us if you're stuck. Luck over luck, get with us if you're stuck. We got the loser of the week, we put the word on the street. We got the over and under, we're bringing the thunder. Pick the captain of the week, and he's taking a seat. We got the knockout defense, and we're bringing the heat. And we coming to you live with the lock of the week. The lock of the week. The lock of the week.
What is up, everybody? This is Luch, and we are back. NFL Week 11, 2021. I'm joined with my co-host, Jimbo Two Times. What do you got to say to the fans, Jimmy?
What's up, everybody? I'm back, and we're back for another week of Lock Over Luck. Let's get it.
All right. Last week, I did pretty good on the money. Well, I went 500 on the money line. I went over 500 on the spread, but I went under 500 on the over-under. So let's get back to the fundamentals. But here's the kicker. I went 3-2 on my lock picks, so we're still on fire with those lock picks, and I'm sure Jimmy did the same. And here we go. Moving into the week, we got New England going into Atlanta. Mac Jones, is he the next Tom Brady? You're going to have to answer it after this. The Patriots have allowed 30-plus receiving yards to one tight end this season. The Patriots are one of two teams undefeated on the road this season. The only other team is Arizona. Matt Ryan, 0-4 in his career versus Bill Belichick. Give me New England to win here. In the Dome, over 45 points. But give me Atlanta. Plus 6.5. I think they keep this within a touchdown. New England wins by 6. What do you got, Jimmy?
I'm going to answer the question for you. Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady. I said he would be the captain of the week last week, and it came true. He went in there and dominated that Cleveland Browns defense, and they were able to come out with the win. And they're going to do the same going in here to Atlanta. It's going to be an easy win for Bill Belichick and Mac Jones to get it done. I'm going with the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I didn't think Mac Jones was all out to be who he's supposed to be, but now he's starting to prove everybody wrong. Moving on, we got Indy going into Buffalo. It's going to be a cold game. We got the Bills. I've only allowed 6 passing TDs this season. What does Wentz like to do? He likes to pass. But they also like to run. But the Bills are one of the best defenses against the run. The Bills have only allowed 3.8 yards per carry this season. That's third fewest in the NFL. The Bills have allowed fewer than 24 points in 8 out of 9 games. Give me Buffalo here to win. Under 51 points, one of those slow games. But Indy to keep it within a touchdown, plus 7 to cover Indy. Who do you got, Jimmy?
Colts, they like to stick around in these games, and they've been trying to make them close, but they're not able to really come out with wins. And I don't think they're going to be able to come out with a win here in Buffalo. I feel like Buffalo has so much potential still, and we still haven't been able to see what they can reach. But I feel like this is going to be a win for them, and they're going to be able to get it done.
I agree. I do think Buffalo's going to win, but it's going to be a slow game, not fast-paced like some people might expect. We got Washington going to Carolina. Cam is back. We said it last week. I said, Jimmy, don't be surprised if Cam Newton starts. I agreed with you after you said that, actually. And then we are moving into this week, and he is starting. We were both right. The football team has allowed fewer than 20 points in 2 straight games, though. The Panthers are 4-1 in games with Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey plus Cam Newton. Recipe for a win. Carolina -3, but under 43 points.
Back, just like Cam Newton. He is going to come in here and help this team lead and get the victory against his former coach, Ron Rivera. He's got the connection. Like you said, him and Christian McCaffrey already got chemistry, and him and Robbie Anderson seem to be close friends just like this, coming in the games together, riding on the golf cart, taking selfies. But they are going to be able to string some stuff together, put it together. Cam is back. He's going back to the old ways, how he used to look, and he's going to come get this win.
He looked great. It was amazing to watch Cam out there outperforming everybody else on that field. Moving on, we got Baltimore going into Chicago. Baltimore. Or should I say Lamar Jackson, because that's the only person on the team that looks like they're doing anything. The Bears are 0-7 in games following their bye week. So it's just plain and simple. Lamar Jackson has accounted for 82.8% of Baltimore's total offense. That continues this weekend. Baltimore -5, but under 45 points. I don't think Chicago gets much on the board here.
Listen, I'm a huge Baltimore fan. Greg Roman needs to get out of there. You lose to the Miami Dolphins running cover zero the whole game, blitzing, and you can't adjust. You got Lamar yelling at the wide receivers. The coaches don't know what's going on. You lose to the Miami Dolphins. It's ridiculous, and I can't stand it. Lamar Jackson does everything just like you said. He's 7th rushing leader in the league, right behind Najee Harris from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's top 10 in passing yards. Like, he does everything for this team. But I feel like he's going to come in here, do what he has to do, try to pull something off, got to do everything by himself, and he's going to get the win. But it's not going to be easy. I wish it would be easy, but it's not. We're still going to get the win, and it's only going to be because of Lamar Jackson.
All right, we got Detroit going into Cleveland. Detroit tied the Pittsburgh Steelers last week without a lot of their star players. The Lions have scored fewer than 20 points in 8 straight games. The Browns have averaged 154 rushing yards per game this season, and Detroit has allowed 135.7 rushing yards per game. Cleveland is going to run all over them. Give me Cleveland -11 over 43.5 points. I won't be surprised here if Cleveland beats them by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yes, I agree. This Lions team is not good. They prove it week after week. Cleveland is not looking very good either, but they're going to come in here and run the ball. I think get the ball out of Baker Mayfield's hand, give it to your backs. You've got the best backs in the league on your team. Hand them the ball, let them do what they need to do, and get you this easy win.
All right, we got San Francisco coming off a big win going into Jacksonville. Jimmy G has 100-plus passer rating in 3 straight games. The Jaguars have scored fewer than 20 points in 6 games this season. Deebo Samuel has 50-plus receiving yards in each game this season. That's second longest active streak. Jacksonville has allowed 13 different wide receivers to have 50-plus receiving yards. Give me San Francisco here. -6.5, over 45 points. I think this San Francisco team has finally got it back. They got Kittle back. They got Wilson Jr. back. Jimmy G is on point finally throwing. He was throwing some darts. There were some pretty passes from Jimmy G, I have to admit. So I'm taking San Francisco here. What do you think, Jimmy?
I'm also taking San Francisco here. The way they were able to dominate in that last game and get the win was incredible. I think they held the ball for 11 minutes in the first quarter, which is ridiculous. They were just able to control and dominate the game at every phase, special teams, offense, defense. I think they're going to do the same here. Last week, I took the Jaguars because of my buddy Jordan. Jordan, if you're listening, I'm never going with the Jaguars again. They stink. San Francisco is going to come in here and dominate every aspect of the game and easily get this win.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they gave Jordan a shout-out last week. So no shout-out this week, Jordan. Sorry. All right, moving on. We got Green Bay going into Minnesota. This game, I think I'm going to stay away from it. But if I have to pick someone, I'm going to have to pick Aaron Rodgers because he has a chip on his shoulder. The whole country is attacking him right now. Each of the Vikings' 5 losses this season have been by 7 points or fewer. So I do think this game is going to be close. No QB has passed for 3+ TDs or has 100+ passer rating versus the Packers since week 1. Aaron Rodgers, 14-9-1 in his career versus the Vikings. Only Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre has more wins versus the Minnesota Vikings of all time. Give me Green Bay -1.5 over 48 points. Only reason, Aaron Rodgers.
Nick, that comes as a surprise. You're taking the Packers over your boy, Captain Kirk Cousins. Never seen it coming. And you might not see this coming because I'm going with Captain Kirk Cousins and the Vikings to beat this Packers team. And it's not going to be because of Kirk Cousins. It's going to be because of Dalvin Cook. Get him the ball and let him run through this Green Bay Packers defense and let him get you this win. Minnesota
You're
Vikings.
right. You're right. I was looking at that and I was like, okay, Dalvin Cook is one of the best running backs in the league. But get this, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon are two really great running backs as well. And I think they have the depth at running back. All right, we are moving on. We got Miami going into New York to play the Jets. The Jets have lost 6 of their last 7 games versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins have allowed fewer than 400 total yards in 5 straight games. The Jets have allowed 175 points in their last 4 games. So I'm taking Miami here, minus 3.5 over 45 points.
I like it. You know, since that Miami and Ravens game, Dolphins actually showed me a lot and showed me what they could be and what they're capable of. And I was sitting there going through the schedule with my buddy Mason, he's a huge Dolphins fan. We're going through the schedule and looking at the schedule, and they have a pretty easy schedule coming up. I think they honestly might be able to win a good amount of the games for the remainder of the season and sneak into the playoffs. I think it's very possible that the Dolphins may be able to pull this off. So I'm going with the Dolphins to win this game and possibly to win a lot more games in the upcoming weeks and make it to the playoffs.
All right, moving on. We got the New Orleans Saints going into Philly to take on the Eagles. Philly has lost 5 straight home games. That is an embarrassment for Philadelphia, and that is an embarrassment for Pennsylvania. The Saints have allowed 72.9 rushing yards per game this season, fewest in the NFL. The Eagles have averaged 144.3 rushing yards per game, 3rd most in the NFL, and most of that is coming from Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. Philadelphia, minus 1.5, over 43 points. I get that it's the Saints, but give me Philadelphia here at home to get a win. They're not going to embarrass their fans this week.
We're doing a lot of agreeing this week, and I usually do not take the Philadelphia Eagles or Hurts, but I'm going with them in this one. To me, the Saints are nothing without Jameis Winston. Trevor Siemian's not enough to get it done. Jalen Hurts is going to come in here and do what he needs to do to get this win.
All right, we got Houston going into Tennessee to take on this red-hot Titans team. The Texans have scored fewer than 10 points in 5 games this season. That's most in the NFL. A.J. Brown has averaged 111.8 yards per game in his career versus the Texans. He runs all over the Texans. He owns them. The Texans have lost 3 straight games versus the Titans, allowing 35-plus points in each of those games. Granted, that was probably with Derrick Henry. But give me Tennessee, minus 10 here, under 44.5 points. I don't think Houston scores more than 10 points.
No Derrick Henry, no problem. This Tennessee team is red hot, and they've been not dominating, but still coming out and winning every game they played and being able to get it done without their star players. And when people said Ryan Tannehill wasn't enough, but he's proven he's enough, and they're definitely not coming in here getting a loss to the Houston Texans, one of the worst teams in the NFL. I got Tennessee winning this game.
All right, we got Cincinnati versus going into Las Vegas to play this Raiders team who has been one of the top competitors this year. The Bengals have allowed a season high in points in each of the last 2 games. Cincinnati has allowed 18.3 points per game from weeks 1 through 7. I think we're going to see this Cincinnati Bengals team like we saw in weeks 1 through 7. They're going to hold this Vegas team, maybe not under 20, but they're going to hold them enough for Cincinnati to get a win. Although the home team has won 7 out of the last 8 matchups between the Bengals and the Raiders, I'm still taking Cincinnati here, minus 1, over 51 points. I think Joe Burrow here is going to be able to get it done. He got all the receivers he needs, and then he got Mixon back there. Give me the Bengals.
Back to normal, disagreeing. For the sake of my AFC North and for the sake of my Ravens, I got the Raiders winning this one. Now, I know everyone's seen the play. Deshaun Jackson first catch was a fumble. That's not happening this week. I said it multiple weeks before that Deshaun Jackson was going to score 2 touchdowns in a game. Well, guess what? It's coming this week against the Cincinnati Bengals. Derek Carr to Deshaun Jackson for 2 touchdowns, and the Raiders are going to beat the Bengals.
All right, little disagreement, but moving on. We might agree on this one. We got Arizona going into Seattle. I know you like the Seattle team, but the Cardinals are 5-0 on the road this season. Each win by 12 or more points. DK Metcalf has averaged only 18.8 yards per game in his career versus the Cardinals. So you know what that means? That means this Cardinals team is going to win by 2 or more points. Give me the Cardinals -2 over 48.5 points.
Now, Nick, I have a question. Will Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins be playing in this game?
I don't have that answer for you right now, but going off the last 2 games that they didn't play, I say it's more likely that they play this week.
Okay, without being able to have a definitive answer at this moment, I'm going to have to say without those players, I got Arizona losing this game. Now, if those players are there, it's a different story. But as of right now, I'm going to go with Arizona to lose this game. They're not going to have enough without their 2 biggest weapons to win the game.
Hey, you have a point there. That's some good logic. But I just have them right now on my paper as starting this week. So Dallas, going into Kansas City, the Chiefs have won 10 straight games versus NFC teams. Andy Reid is 18-12 in his career versus the Cowboys. Amari Cooper has only averaged 16.3 yards per game in 3 career games at Arrowhead Stadium, although he has 136 yards per game in 3 home games versus Kansas City. So give me Dallas here to win, the underdog, +2.5 over 56.5 points. Dallas was one of my early Super Bowl predictions. I like this Dallas team this year. Give me Dallas and give me Dak to beat this Kansas City team that hasn't been proven to me this year that they're the Kansas City team from the past.
I'm agreeing with you again. Kansas City's got a couple wins in a row, starting to string it together. The AFC North right now is wide open for anyone to take it. If Kansas City can keep stringing wins together, they might be able to get up top. But I don't think they're getting a win this week versus the Dallas Cowboys. They have too many weapons. You got Dak Prescott. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got Ezekiel Elliott. You got anyone you can think of. There's too much offense over there, and that Kansas City defense sucks. Like, they're just terrible. They're not good. So I think they're going to be able to capitalize on that, and the Cowboys will be able to get this win.
All right, moving on. We got Pittsburgh Steelers coming off an embarrassment. They tied the Lions. Mason Rudolph looked like he was back from last year versus the Cleveland Browns. Horrible. Mason Rudolph, you're either going to get a shitty game or a shittier game. So we got the shittier game. Sadly, they tied. But Baltimore lost, so it didn't really matter too much in the standings. We still get to play Baltimore twice. But right now we're focusing on this week, week 11, going into L.A., to play the Chargers. Last time they were in LA playing the Chargers, it was like a home game. This is their second home stadium. We all know there's going to be more Pittsburgh fans in this stadium than Charger fans, and that is a difference maker, especially on the road, going all the way to the West Coast. That is a difference maker, having loyal fans. Each of the Steelers' 5 wins this season have been by 1 possession. Najee Harris is on pace for 416 touches this season, which will be 3rd most by a rookie in NFL history, behind Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson and Hall of Famer Edgerrin James. The Steelers have allowed 20 or fewer points in 4 of their last 5 games. Give me Pittsburgh here. No surprise. My team, Pittsburgh, +5.5 over 47 points.
Nick, when I seen that they tied the Detroit Lions, I couldn't wait to get a hold of you, man. They stink. Not the Steelers. Mason Rudolph stinks. The guy's garbage. I don't know why he's your backup. Give Dwayne Haskins a chance. Give maybe Dobbs a chance. Somebody but Mason Rudolph. He stinks. And going into this LA game, if Mason Rudolph is your starter, you're not winning this game. They still don't know if Ben is coming back yet, but if Rudolph is your starter, you're not getting it done. I promise you. You got Najee Harris, but he's not going to be enough to be able to win this game for you. I mean, the kid's incredible. Don't get me wrong, but Lamar Jackson is only 7 yards behind him from the quarterback position. I do not think the Steelers have enough to get this win with Mason Rudolph. I got the Chargers winning this game.
Well, that's where you're wrong because I have down on my paper Big Ben is going to start. Mason Rudolph is not going to start this week. I understand what's going on. I understand the narrative they're trying to push it in the media. I understand that, but I know Ben is going to start out there this week. Even if he doesn't, I don't think Mason's going to start. I think they might give it to Dwayne Haskins. Okay? So I don't think Ben is going to start, especially after that performance last week.
Look. I agree with the whole Dwayne Haskins thing, and that he should start over Rudolph no matter what. But even if Rudolph doesn't start and Ben Roethlisberger does, they still do not have enough to get it done. This Pittsburgh team stinks. Ben stinks. Rudolph stinks. Haskins, I don't know what he looks like. Any quarterback you put in there, you're going to need a lot. You're going to need a miracle to get this team. They might start listening to Christian music. Go listen to Casting Crows. They're a good Christian band. You're going to need to call God if you think the Steelers are winning this game.
Hey, don't bring Antonio Brown into this. But listen here. I think the rushing attack is going to be the difference maker. The Chargers are one of the worst teams against the rush this season, and then they have Bosa out this week. Get out of here. Najee Harris, over 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Give me the Steelers. Moving on. We got the Giants.
No, move on. Forget Najee Harris. My quarterback is 7 yards behind Najee Harris, and you think he's some God-sent player? Get out of here. I'm telling you, it's not going to be done. We can bet money on it right now. I got the Chargers winning this game easily. Bet it.
All right, moving on. We got the New York Giants going into Tampa Bay, including playoffs. Tom Brady's 6 out of 8 career games versus the Giants have been decided by 4 points or fewer. That's a 3-3 record. Mike Evans has averaged 116 yards per game and 6 TDs in his 5 games versus the Giants. Mike Evans will be the difference maker here. The Giants are 3-6, their best record through 9 games since 2016. 3-6, and that's their best record since 2016. Tom Brady is 4-0 with 18 passing TDs and 2 interceptions at home this season. Give me Tampa Bay. Lock that in. Tampa Bay to win over 50 points, but I do think the Giants keep this within 11 points, plus 11 on the spread for the Giants to cover that for the Monday Night Football game. Who do you got, Jimmy?
I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but how you just mentioned AB, think of this. They win way more when AB is out on that field. The guy's a weapon. The guy's special. Now, besides the point, even without AB, I think the Buccaneers are still going to be able to come in here and get this win. It's hard for Tom Brady to lose 2 in a row, especially going against the New York Giants. It's not like they got Manning to be able to beat them. So I don't think the Giants are going to be able to get this done, and I got Tom Brady and the Buccaneers winning this game.
I think Barkley is going to be back, and he's going to be a little bit of a problem for this Tampa Bay defense. But other than that, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to get much going. So they do keep it close, but I am taking Tampa Bay. So we are moving on. Look, you guys did it. Look over there. You got that bar filling up. We are in the lock picks of the week. The loser of the week, Kansas City at home versus Dallas. That's my loser of the week. I hear everyone saying, no, Kansas City. But no. Give me Dallas. Kansas City's my loser of the week. Who do you got, Jimmy?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers played too good of a game, and they're going to be able to use that as fuel to the fire and keep it pushing. I got them easily beating the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, moving on. We are at the over-under pick of the week. Give me Pittsburgh going into L.A. over 47 points. I think both these teams are going to be able to put up a lot of points here. Both teams are going to score over 24 points. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game 28-26.
My over and under, I'm going with the under and the Dolphins and Jets. I know I took the Jets last week to be a part of an over. Didn't happen. Jets are starting to get back to normal. So I feel like it's going to be a low-scoring game with the Dolphins and Jets, but I still got the Dolphins winning this one.
All right, moving on. We got the captain of the week. This captain might not have that patch on his chest yet, but after this week, they're going to take that patch off Sam Darnold's chest, and they're going to throw it on Cam Newton's chest, because I have my captain of the week, Cam Newton, at home versus Washington. First game back as a starter, and I think he is going to show the whole world who is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers.
My captain of the week is not only the captain of the team, but he's the MVP of the league, the best player in the league, the best player of his team, Lamar Jackson. He's fired up about that loss last week. He's not losing against the Chicago Bears. He's coming in and doing everything he needs to do to get this victory for the Ravens.
All right, now our fans' favorite pick. It is the knockout defense of the week. Give me Miami on the road, going into the New York Jets. Might be a cold game, might see some snow on the ground, but I think this defense is going to stop the Jets. Whoever's that quarterback, Flacco, whoever, we don't know. But Miami's going to stop them because they have the better defense here. Who do you got, Jimmy?
My knockout defense of the week is the Cleveland Browns. They got beat on last week by the Patriots, but it's not happened again. That defense, it's time for them to step up and be the defense everyone thought they were. I got them killing and crushing the Detroit Lions, unlike your Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, and our lock pick of the week, I'm going to lock it in with San Francisco, -6.5 versus Jacksonville, going into Jacksonville. I think this San Francisco team could be one of these late season teams that make it into the playoff and have a long run here. Might make the championship. Don't be surprised. I like this San Francisco team -6.5. Lock it in. Put all your money on it. Sell your house, sell your kids.
Don't listen to him. Don't sell anything because we don't advise gambling. But my lock pick of the week is the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton is coming in and dominating and winning this game. Too many weapons. McCaffrey, Anderson, Moore. The list goes on and on. I got the Panthers easily beating the Washington football team, his former head coach.
All right, that's it. That's it. NFL Week 11 wrapped it right up. You got all the picks. Go watch all our other videos to get caught up where we're at on the standings, our record. We don't put it in here. I don't post what I am because I want you to go back and watch the video. I want you to go down and subscribe. So get this. If we get 1,000 views on this video next week, we are going to bring on a special guest to give you guys a pick. So go ahead, subscribe, share, send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your granny. I don't care. This is Luch, and this
Jimbo.
is Locke.
Over.
Luck, we're out of here. Peace.
Luck over luck, get with us if you're stuck. Luck over luck, get with us if you're stuck. We got the loser of the week, we put the word on the street. We got the over and under, we're bringing the thunder. Pick the captain of the week, and he's taking a seat. We got the knockout defense, and we're bringing the heat. And we coming to you live with the lock of the week. The lock of the week. The lock of the week.